welcome to Katrina and Stas.
Hey guys, welcome to... What is up guys? It is Katrina and Stas. And today we are going to relive a very scary moment of our lives. Hence why we started like this. We're in our Waverly Hills hoodies.
Let's get down to the nitty gritty.
If you do not know what Waverly Hills is, it is a sanatorium in Kentucky.
Good old Kentucky.
Basically, Waverly Hills Sanatorium was a hospital for tuberculosis, and many people died there.
Yeah.
And we went and talked to them. We went there with Sam and Colby. It's a video on their channel. If you have not seen that video, you should definitely check it out. I will link it down below. It's an hour-and-a-half long video. We're not going to be watching the whole thing here. But we wanted to tell you guys our side of what happened and what we saw, what we felt, and we're going to react to some of the major parts of the video. How do you feel like after? Like, how do you feel now?
I think it's crazy because like after seeing like a shadow figure, like a person move, it's like every time I look at into the dark, or I kind of get nervous that I'm gonna see something again.
Yeah, there's definitely like things from that video where I'm like, I still think about them and I get like scared. But during the video, like sometimes I was like really excited.
This one was different than The Conjuring. This one I felt like excited, like it was cool.
I feel like we were talking to people here, but like Conjuring felt more just like demons.
Demons, yeah.
Alright, let's get started.
Copperhead snakes.
Oh my god!
Where are they?
Holy shit!
They both jump like they
I will pass as if they were like on the ground right now.
That was truly the most terrifying thing he could have started the whole thing off with.
Because your like biggest fear is snakes, right?
Biggest fear is snakes, yeah.
I just, you know, am of course just scared of snakes.
And
but like
she hates
that's your
spiders,
like
too.
Yeah, and spiders. But that's literally your biggest fear.
My biggest fear. I was actually terrified. The whole time in the video, like if you see my eyeballs, they're looking at the floor. The entire time I'm looking at every crevice and corner.
And like the way he told us too, he acted like he had just seen one. He said if it bit us, we'd only have a couple hours.
We have like 1 hour to get to the hospital before the venom can, like, depending on how much went in us, goes through our body and eats us.
Later on in the night, he put like a fake like 10-foot long
big snake
when we like turned a corner, so we freaked out. So that's how we started our experience at Waverly Hills. Not very good.
No.
Oh my god.
Oh, I forgot about
this. Is from the challenge. You guys will know what the challenge is and everything if you watch the video, but
go watch the video.
Oh my god, I'm scared. This gives me anxiety just watching this, like
Me
zoom
too.
in. Oh my god. It's like, when does it start?
When we were watching this video, we were freaking out again.
Freaking
over
out.
again, yeah.
Dude. And it's just so long of nothing. Nothing.
I get goosebumps every time.
It's almost like something is going up to it and being like, what's this?
Yeah, like kind of touching
like
it.
doing that, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, fun.
Because at first it's like scared. And it's
right?
like, oh.
It's like, oh wait, start.
Exactly.
Dude, there's nothing there. There is literally nothing there.
Yeah, no. That was terrifying. And then when Colby came up, he was like freaking out.
Yeah,
remember that?
Because he was walking down and in the stairs, he heard that high pitch.
Yeah.
It goes even more higher than that, like later.
Yeah.
That's like so unexplainable.
I think this was just the most activity that like I've ever seen.
Because I've never seen that do anything like that before.
This was insane.
I can't believe it's on camera.
I know.
So good.
Just walking alone is like really fucking scary.
She saw a shadow.
You did? While we were here?
We talk about this.
She snapped her leg real
Like
quick.
I was like scared, and then like I saw something. It almost looked like
Your eyes.
in front of
Why
me.
do I look like that?
Holy
You're gonna
shit.
possessed or something.
Okay, while the challenge was happening, the boys were walking through the spooky halls. I'm standing there. This is when Sam's gone and it's Colby standing there. I'm not looking down the hallway. They forced me to turn off my flashlight. I had it on the whole time and they were like, they're like, you have to turn it off. It's part of the challenge. Finally, I turned it off. And so I'm just standing there and I'm literally looking at Colby's shoulder because I'm not looking down the hallway.
She like refuses to see stuff, so she'll like stare at one thing.
I refuse. I will feel it. I can feel it touch me, but I do not want to see a shadow. But I was literally just like looking at his shoulder because I was like not wanting to see anything around me. And I saw a head like literally pop in my vision. And I turned like this and there was like nothing there. And then you said, we didn't elaborate, but you said you saw something in front of Colby.
And that's why when you said that, I was like, wait a minute. Because I thought my mind was playing tricks on me because we turned the lights off right away.
Yeah.
I saw like a figure almost kind of like go in front of him. But it was so fast that I thought, I don't know, if somebody's hand or something.
Right, but none of us were moving. It could have been the same thing, like looked at me, walked past.
Oh, that creeps me out. That creeps me out. That's
gross.
crazy, yeah.
Is anybody down with us? Can you go up to the red line on the floor and touch it?
See me whisper to you? I remember what I said now.
What were you saying?
Because your light was flashing.
Yeah.
I was like, you just press and hold the button. Turn it off.
I was like, what are we talking about?
Now we're at the spot where we just saw that clip of the light turning on. Now we're at that spot, back with the REM pod, but all of us are there.
Somebody was just doing it a minute ago.
Holy fucking shit, guys. What? Wait, what?
Oh my god.
Wait, how? What? Right there.
And now it's just going...
That thing was going off like crazy.
Yeah, but then there would be times where like it wouldn't at all.
Yeah.
Like we could put it down and it wouldn't do anything, but if we said, can you please go up and touch it, it would.
That's why I made it more scary, because it was listening to us.
In the video, I'm like, are you sure that there's no way it could have been us setting it off? There's no way. You have to be like this close to it.
Like, you have to actually like almost be touching it.
I feel like if people like went to these, like people will watch it and be like, oh my god, like that's crazy, but actually being there, it's
Actually being there's different.
so different.
Like you feel different.
Yeah.
Ever since like we started going to these, we are way more alert to things.
You can push away wanting to feel when there's spirits or whatever. You can just like suppress that and not feel. But like now that we're going and doing these, I
And
feel like
seeing them?
yeah, we're like really opening ourselves up to them.
After the Conjuring House, my life has not been the same. I talked about it with you guys like for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It was
We still talk
terrifying.
about it regularly.
It was absolutely terrifying. And now I'm like, Ghostbusters.
So obviously this place was abandoned for a long time. During that time it was abandoned. There was a homeless man from the area
This
named
part's
William
sad.
who moved in.
Yeah.
He had a dog named Sadie. They moved in and they were living in the building. Now the owners found out about that and wanted him living up here so they
Sam, he's like,
can't
do
be
some
here. He
Zooms.
said, well, it's winter. Let me stay for a few more months and I'll keep
Yeah.
people out. I'll keep all the trespassers out and then I'll move on in the spring. I said, all right, that works. So he lived in this room right here. They actually became friends with him.
Sounded like movement. Probably just William.
So they bring all the food.
Why was he so casual about that? He's like, selling movement. Probably William.
Blankets and stuff like that, you know, basically creating a little place for him to live. He had his stuff very neatly organized and everything in there. Our tour guide that was here in March knew him. He used to sneak in here when he was younger and he'd been kicked
This
out
is
by
like
him a
a
bunch. So
cute,
he's like, he kept this place
he
like...
seems like a nice man.
Flash us on?
William, can you turn that off for a minute so I can finish the story about you? We're just going to talk about you for a minute and then we'll start asking you questions.
Trying to turn it.
Thank you.
Wow.
He was like a protector.
Right, he was
How does
saving
that
the building. He used
happen?
to keep kids out and, you know, keep the building from getting damaged. Him and his dog would walk around and help everybody out. At one point, towards the end of winter, early spring, the owners came in and they couldn't find him. So they thought, oh, okay, he just moved on, he left, whatever. A few weeks go by and they start to smell something. They're like, it smells terrible. What is that?
Our faces were like,
They end up
what?
looking in the elevator shaft and they found William and his dog dead. They had been murdered.
In here?
Yes.
Murder. As we
That
said,
is
murdered.
So sad.
Okay, I'm just gonna say probably one of the most terrifying things is when I saw the flashlight turn off, because I've never seen the
Yeah.
flashlights been used before. The amount of power you have to have, I feel, is a lot to
'Cause you have to
turn that
twist it.
yeah.
And the flashlight
crazy.
isn't moving. Like, it's not like it's rolling where it's twisting. It's in the same spot. Something is twisting it. It's crazy. He was like, William, I want to tell your story. Can you turn off the flashlight and I'll continue telling your story? And he turned it off. It's like he wants people to know.
The whole story was so sad.
Okay.
I keep getting goosebumps.
Now we're on the 5th floor. The 5th floor, first of all, only had one staircase up. Can we talk about that? So if that staircase, if it got blocked off, we're done.
We're done.
How are we getting back down?
Jumping.
The other floors all had like 2 staircases, but then the 5th floor, only 1. On like the floors like 1 through 3, even though we were getting so much action, I felt comfortable. And like the 4th floor was a little eh.
4th floor, yeah, made me feel a little weird.
Yeah, but 5th floor was like another level.
It was.
Alright, so let's see. So much crazy stuff happened on the 5th floor.
Nuts.
Let us see.
Been talking to Mary?
Either that, like one nurse, or multiple. But it's just weird how like this thing is perfect.
What?
There's
What?
Something just walked by.
No fucking
My
way.
mom dead ass
Dude.
not kidding.
After you walked away?
Yeah, it was going up.
What if you do? I think it's
Wait, my
Sam.
heart's going.
What'd you see?
Like a human, like a figure.
Wait, what?
Like a shadow figure?
Yeah,
There.
in that room.
This far one?
That one, yeah. They cut it out, but I was like, are you guys messing with me? I
Yeah.
actually thought they were messing with me because it was so distinct. It walked so distinctively. My heart dropped.
Can you explain like what it looked like?
It was a human figure. So
Was it fuzzy? Was it blurry? Could you see arm movement?
no, I was because I think in that moment when I saw the figure, so think about when you see like a shadow, right? That's what I saw, and then it just started moving. And
Oh
so
my
in that
God.
moment, I wasn't thinking about I should look for like legs or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm
wasn't
curious
thinking.
if like you can actually see that stuff.
I didn't even pay attention to that.
That's
Yeah.
another thing that like you do that we've talked about a lot is like you like look for them. Yeah. You like
I started to. Before The Conjuring, no.
Since The Conjuring though, do you feel like more like I want to see them?
No. I think I look because I just want to, not necessarily that I want to see, but I think it's the nervous thing I do, so I want to make sure nothing's like gonna come at me. I never want to see what I saw in the Conjuring house again. But the shadow thing was scary, but not terrifying, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. It was more like,
It seemed
whoa.
like a human walking by.
Yeah, yeah.
That sounded like a little kid's voice too. Are you a killer?
Are you a killer?
That's what it sounded like.
Dude.
With the asking.
Cat in the background, she goes, stop.
I'm literally just like stop. Whenever I panic, I don't know why, but I say the word stop. I'm like stop, because I just like don't know what to do in that moment. But when I heard that, that's when I was like, we need to go. The fact that this little kid knows what a killer is,
Yeah.
you know, why did that kid think to ask, are you guys killers?
This was the most terrifying room.
Because also on the 5th floor was the daycare. The fact that a little kid's voice,
I know.
like that threw me off. And also that was my first time listening to the radio thing. Because whenever we do the Estes method, you've done it, you've wore the things, they've all done it, but I kind of refuse because I'm like a little scared of that one.
Yeah.
That I'm gonna like get stuck or something. And so like hearing it out loud.
These were really distinct too. Like sometimes it's really hard to make out what they're saying, but that was so
Right?
clear as day. Did you get murdered by the doctor in here?
I did. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
We just want to double confirm.
It was him.
Did the spirit here get murdered?
Right in here.
And then
the music box.
The music
Wait,
box.
I didn't even notice that. Did the spirit in here get murdered? Music box goes off. We hear murder. The little kid asks, "Are you a killer?"
There was just so much evidence. It was crazy. I'm having goosebumps right now. Reliving this whole experience.
Yeah. That was the last room that we went to, and it was saying out, like very vividly,
Yes.
like out.
It also kind of sounded, I don't know if you kind of got this, but like a man and a woman were talking.
Right.
So they were kind of battling each other.
And supposedly it was like the nurse that was killed, potentially by a man.
the doctor man.
Yeah. So
Boy.
it's like, so then when we would hear woman and man voice, little kid voice, it was just really really insane in there.
It was, that was crazy.
Yeah.
It was overall like a really cool experience.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm really like thankful that we've been going on these trips.
Me too.
Like,
I'm so grateful.
Shout out to Sam and Colby for taking
Thank you,
us.
guys.
I've learned a lot and like
Same.
I feel a lot more confident and like a lot less scared. Like I
Same.
used to be way more scared for this stuff. So
It's just like opening up our world in a different way. This sounds kind of cheesy, but truly,
Yeah.
the experiences and the things that we've seen are just incredible.
it makes me look at things differently. For
Absolutely, 100%.
Sure. Hopefully we'll be going on some more soon. Make sure you guys check out Hell Week and watch that video. Also follow Stas, she'll be linked down below. And we will see you guys next time with another video. Ooh, bye! Are we in focus?
Watch this whole time. I think so.